go to second bit, bro. Let's get into this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I just love this shit, bro. I just love speaking my truth, bro. Talk fucking clowns in the last video. I can't do.
Makeup you wear, how fat you are, no matter how insufferable you are, you're still great. Slay. All right, you're good. Who's up next? Yes, okay.
So we got Myron Gaines, the base students at USC.
I will say this, you got fatter since last time. Might want to exercise a little bit. I know school just started. The gyms are probably open.
I'm not here to listen. Look, if you are asking me to listen, so you should listen as well.
Yeah, we should get Muhammad out here.
Nobody watches the.
So we have a sister. We have a sister in the cup, bro. I would love to know what topic of discussion is.
Asking me to listen, so you should listen as well.
Yeah, we should get Muhammad out here.
Nobody watches WNBA. WNBA wouldn't be a thing, right?
That's nigga again, bro. Let's just get into it, bro. Uncensored America. Okay.
What's up, guys? Welcome. I think I'm here.
What did that sign say, bro?
What's up, guys?
What transgender? I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Welcome. I think I'm here somewhere in South Carolina, right? Columbia, South Carolina. I think that's where we're at right now. USC. Myron Gaines, one half of the Fresh and Fit podcast, aka the most misogynistic, anti-Semitic. I'm just kidding. So here are just some of my positions, I guess, that I can give you guys. Semitic. I'm just kidding. So here are just some of my positions.
Never mind, bro.
I can give you guys both politically and culturally, so you guys have an idea of where I stand. Number one, women are dumb. They need to be second-class citizens. Blacks are crooks. Jews run America. Indians stink. Chinese are good with math. Trans should be in asylums and away from guns and away from our kids. Gays should not be able to adopt children. And Title IX is a scam. So my first topic here is trans should be in
the gays not being able to adopt children. That's a bit. I haven't heard that before, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Clean.
I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. We saw what happened tragically in Minneapolis. Individual thought it was a good idea to open fire on innocent children. And this isn't the first time that we've had these crazies do this. This also happened earlier up in Tennessee. And I think we need to have a serious discussion on trans people, mental illness, and them not being able to procure firearms. You know, men and women are different. We're biologically different. And if you try to take a guy and tell him that he's a woman or he feels like he's a woman, something is wrong with him. So I think that creates a lot of issues for us as a society. And we need to stop cucking ourselves and thinking, oh, let's go ahead and just... you know, he feels like he's a woman, so let's treat him like he's a woman. And then he goes ahead and plays in female sports and smashes all the girls because they suck. So it's like, you know, for all the feminists that are mad at me, you guys should agree with me on this one at least, because I'm protecting female sports even though it's useless. So I do think that women should have the ability to play sports and everything, but let's not be delusional here and think that it's the same as male sports or that it's entertaining. Nobody shows up to WNBA games. The NBA has to subsidize it. And, yeah. Well, look, they're saying, oh, bro, we show up.
First off, why are you talking shit about our women's basketball team? Because you don't know how to play basketball.
That's your argument?
And why are you talking shit about women with people with disabilities? Because most people with disabilities have sports with issues. So why are you talking shit about that? So what's your problem?
So what's your main grievance? Is it about women's sports and basketball or disabilities?
Both.
Okay, well, for the basketball thing, women...
Wait, let me finish talking.
Oh, wow, okay.
So what about you? What's your disability? Do you have any disabilities?
I have a high tolerance for stupid people talking to me. I'd say that's a disability.
Not a disability, sir, because you're racist. Thank you very much.
That was a good one.
Nah, I'm not gonna be mean, bro.
Makes sense. Perfect.
I'm not gonna be mean, bro. If she obviously, you know, disabled.
There you go, guys. Prove my point right there.
I'm
man.
not gonna do that.
Women can't control themselves. Go ahead.
I have a cool talent. If you give me any random date and year, I could tell you the exact day of the week you were born on.
Say that again? Any random what? His
Like-
mic is down. I can't hear him.
Like, when's your birth?
Yeah, you got to talk closer to the mic. I can barely hear you. Go ahead.
Like, when's your birthday and year, and I could tell you the exact day of the week you were born on.
Okay, you're like a numerologist or something, or?
I'm a human calendar. I'm a savant. Like, when's your birthday and year, and I can tell you the exact day of the week you were born on. Trust me.
Do you need what is it? The day and the year?
Yeah, the day and the year.
Yeah, April 20th, 1990.
April 20th, 1990 is a Wednesday.
Oh, okay, great. No, you had it right.
Wait,
420.
Wait, April 20th.
Get this fucking guy off my screen.
Sure. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I just have one quick question. What's
Sure.
your bench?
What's a what?
What's your bench?
What's my what?
Bench. Like
Oh,
your
what's
one
my
rep
bench?
max.
I don't know, man. I haven't benched in a while. I do mostly calisthenics.
What's calisthenics? How many pull-ups can you do?
Between 15 and 20.
That's solid.
Yeah.
250?
250. Yeah, I do mostly
What?
calisthenics nowadays, man. I'm getting old. Actually, we were talking about that on the way here.
Next election. How you doing?
What up,
What's
bro?
up, man? How are you?
What are your thoughts on Peter Thiel and JD Vance? Next election.
Well,
I don't know who any of those niggas are, bro. Peter fucking what?
yes.
But don't you think it's a slippery slope, and eventually that might be?
Hold on,
So
didn't
you
it?
said
And
that.
as far as JD Vance, like his background is very shady.
So you said that transgender shouldn't be allowed to have guns, correct?
Yes.
But don't you think it's a slippery slope, and eventually that might be tyrannical overreach? That the government might ban like more people from having guns?
That's a totally
That's a
good
good
argument. We already have that though, because we already have
That's a
under
good
18
point.
USC 922, which is what the federal agencies arrest people for whenever they're a prohibited person. We already have a bunch of different classes of people that can't have guns, and I think we need to put trans people in that classification
But like
under the mental illness.
Yeah, I mean, why were they not already in that category?
They
Low-key.
put more people, like couldn't they consider people based off certain political views mentally ill, and wouldn't that just start making to where eventually no one can have guns?
Yeah.
No, because
I mean, you can definitely make that argument, but I think it's pretty distinct that people that are transsexual need to definitely be put in there.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying,
if you have a certain
like-
political ideology, that could be on a case-by-case basis, but I
Yeah.
think when it comes to trans, it's pretty
Biologically-
obvious that there's something wrong there with them mentally.
yeah,
No worries.
it's like a biological problem, bro.
Anybody else? Anybody else? I know we got some people that just walked in. Can go through some of my positions again. Number one, women are dumb. Blacks are crooks. Jews run America.
Don't
Indians-
go through them again,
females,
bro.
Females,
Come on, bro.
Like little cousin.
What, this nigga again?
That's like.
Wait, what?
So you
My
guys said
fault.
something about someone was complaining about you guys have a good female sports basketball team or something like that. So I mean that's great and all, but it's like, female sports is kind of like you have a kid, right? Like let's say you got a kid or like a cousin or something, like a little cousin. He gives you like a painting that's all crappy and it sucks and it's like finger painting or whatever. And they give it to you and you're like, oh, thank you. And you like frame it or whatever more because like you love them, no, not necessarily because the art is good. That's like female sports. Like you're there because it's like, okay, I go to school here. I like this
bro.
girl or I like this person. I'm here to show support. But like realistically speaking, you're not there because it's like actually good. You're there as like moral support. That's like what women's sports is kind of. Because the reality is,
Well, for cultural
we would
reasons.
if they were so good, they would compete with
If
the men,
you're a
but they
man
can't do
culture,
that.
bro.
So, and I
They
also
don't
find
hang
it interesting how we'll sit here and we'll subsidize female sports, right? Even though it's like negative, doesn't make money, it's completely an L. But like we would never do that for male sports. Like if the NBA for some weird reason was like negative and didn't produce any
Exactly,
type
bro.
of
Like,
profit,
just-
we would get rid of it. We would completely, it would be disbanded. But like for
It
the
doesn't value
WNBA, we
society,
allow
bro.
it to keep going, even though it's a money sink because of feelings, right? This kind of comes back to my whole concept of, we make separate standards for women while simultaneously watering down the entire industry. I'll give you another example. I don't think women should be in law enforcement, especially in positions where they're going to have to be hands-on, right? Because I can
So
tell you
that's what
someone
I
that
was
used to
talking
work in
about.
law enforcement, and anyone here that works in law enforcement knows you have a female backup, it's like, damn, you're pretty much on your own. Because they just don't have the same physical capacity to take down a suspect or enforce an arrest properly. And a lot of the times their ineptitude will put you in danger. They're more likely to shoot. They're more likely to escalate because they don't have the physical strength to subdue a person or
That's
a
fair.
suspect. And it creates a lot of issues. So that's another example. Military as well. What's up, man?
Okay, this
the
nigga's
mic
mic
is-
muted, man.
Is it good now? Okay.
Yeah, it should be. You got to talk real close to it, though, because...
Yeah, I can hear now. All right. So last time you were here, I asked you about your sympathies for the Nazi Party. Would you mind elaborating on like why you believe the Nazis are a good thing?
Well, the thing is, you want to...
What? Nigga said this.
Yeah, because we just started this thing. Look, we'll do that at the end. We'll do that at the end.
I would love to know.
Does anyone else have a question, or would they like to hear the answer?
Well, we'll do it. We'll do it at the because here's the thing: is we're streaming right now. I have no problem talking about this topic, but we're streaming right now.
But
so
you have no problem
that's why.
addressing it. You should have no problem addressing it in public, right?
Well,
you've said
like,
it. On
I've
your
talked about it publicly a
podcast
bunch of
before.
times. We're live on a bunch of different platforms that have user guidelines, which in itself should tell you kind of the world that we live in, where censorship is extremely heavy. So,
well, I mean, you're a free speech
Bro,
warrior.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, the way we live in, bro, it's like, I'm not gonna be no slave to no fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's me. For the most part. That's kind of like the goal, bro. I'm not gonna be no slave to no fucking guidelines or whatever the case may be, bro. Speak your truth, bro. Real talk, bro. That's why I respect Myron, bro. Even if I don't agree, bro, it's just good to see niggas speaking their truth, bro.
Right?
I am, absolutely, but we're on platforms that don't respect free speech, unfortunately.
So this is all about just monetization then, right?
No, actually, no, I'm demonetized for talking about this stuff. It's more about getting the information out there.
Why not talk
but
about
again, like I said before, we'll definitely talk about it, but we literally just started the stream. Don't want to fucking get the thing canceled right now. So we'll have that discussion. I'm happy to have it. We're here till 3, man. We're here till 3.
Yeah, nice. I'm glad you can get that bag, but just so everyone's aware, he will not, for the second time in a row, address the question of
we
why
just started up the stream, dude, and we're on another guy's stuff. I'm not going to ruin someone else's platform, okay?
Yeah, real talk.
I mean, I'm really sorry for him.
He's on Uncensored America. I get it.
No, it's fine. We're here till 3. If you're so brave about it, come back. We have this discussion at the end.
Sure, man.
Because like you always come in the middle of the stream. Like, come at the end and we can discuss it. I have no problem talking about it. No, you definitely did. You came in the middle last time as well. You did the same thing. You came in the middle last time as well. But we'll have that discussion. No problem. Never said I love them, but that's fine. You can mischaracterize my position. They lied. I'll tell you this. There's a lot of lies World War II for a bunch of different reasons. Now it's a non-statement. Okay.
Nigga still here?
Yeah, and you're a pussy.
Bro, leave.
And you're a pussy. Well, no, come back again. We'll have that discussion at the end. Come back again. You always come.
Nah, come on, bro. Let this nigga go.
Because he did the same exact shit last what they got because of my. We can have it at the end. We'll have that discussion at the end.
Bro, let this nigga leave.
The rumble and we'll fucking go all in. What's up?
All right. So you said blacks are crooks. What that mean? Where that come from? What type of sense that make?
What that mean?
So I don't want to live in a predominantly black neighborhood.
You see where I live at?
Yeah, it's mostly white people.
Yeah, hell yeah. But still.
So I think me and you agree on that one.
No, that don't mean blacks are crooks, though. It's black people here that's great people. I mean, it's
sure. But I don't want to live in a black majority neighborhood.
All right, that's one of his statements.
The reason why is because it's high crime areas 9 out of 10 times.
Damn right. But you'll survive. You'll be all right. You're dead right. In certain areas like Chicago or some shit, but we ain't in Chicago. Niggas ain't finna just shoot you for no reason out here.
You mean here or where?
Yes, here in Columbia.
But like, no, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be like black majority neighborhoods tend to be high crime, and I don't want to be there. And I know you don't want to be there either. That's why you're here, right? Because you're not at Howard for a reason, right? So
I just went here because I like USC.
Well, you're speaking really, bro. You got to talk into my.
I like
can barely
Columbia.
Hear you.
I like USC Columbia.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. It's good breakdown here.
Yeah.
Ratio.
But like, whenever you say blacks are crooks, you gotta like give a point in some specific.
Yo, look at this nigga handling the mic,
man. Blacks are crooks, and then high crime rate.
Yeah, they're a minority of the population, yet they commit a majority of the violent crime. Okay, simple as that. Yeah. Like what? 13% of the
population. Really gonna work, bro.
Truth to it, because you just said blacks are crooks, and then high crime rate.
Yeah, they're a minority of the population, yet they commit a majority of the violent crime. Okay, simple as that. Yeah. Like what? 13% of the population, and then the men are like about 6%, and then they're committing something like 50% of the violent crime.
That's also a result.
That's a problem.
That's also a result of where they are and what they're in, and what the government do to them, and how they feel. Because you got to think about they on government assistance. They sitting here in the hood, and they think the only way out is to sell some drugs and shoot some guns. But that's not the truth. You can go to university still.
Well, that just removes accountability. That just removes accountability.
Yeah, let's go back, bro. This is the shit I like to hear, bro. Because it's like, bro, this is the pure fucking delusion, bro.
Yeah, they're a minority of the population, yet they commit a majority of the violent crime.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Yeah. Like what? 13% of the population, and then the men are like about 6%, and then they're committing something like 50% of the violent crime.
That's also a result.
That's a problem.
That's also a result of where they are and what they're in, and what the government do to them, and how they feel. Because you got to think about they on government assistance. They sitting here in the hood, and they think the only way out is to sell some drugs and shoot some guns. But that's not the truth. You can go to university still.
Well, that just removes accountability. That just removes accountability from black people.
It's because there's less opportunity.
Well, that's not an excuse. There's plenty of people that grow up poor that are able to make something themselves without being criminals.
Look, it's people that can do it, but the fact that they have to fight, and instead of just being white and being born white and just come to school, come to USC and be great, you can't just do that as a nigga. It's not gonna happen.
I would argue that.
Yeah, right there, bro, is where he lost me, bro. This nigga said being born white immediately gives you an opportunity, sir. That's where you're wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because you come out of troubled circumstances does not mean that you're going to, how do I say this, bro? Does not mean that you're predisposed to a certain outcome. No, you are in control of your life. You need to take accountability. Plain and simple, bro. Do not fall into. Is it dissonance when you just start saying things are just not your fault based off a system?
And do it, but the fact that they have to fight, and instead of just being white and being born white and just come to school, come to USC,
insane
and be
word.
great. You can't just do that as a nigga. It's not gonna happen.
I would argue that you have more opportunities as a black person as a white guy nowadays.
You a damn lie.
No, that's the truth.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
You know that.
You
know that.
So I could talk about that.
So he said,
I would argue that you have more opportunities as a black person as a white guy nowadays.
You a damn lie.
No, that's the truth.
You a damn lie. You know that.
No.
You know that.
So I could talk about that. So here's the thing, bro. With DEI, affirmative action, etc., like we've absolutely made it where minorities and women have far more opportunities than white guys. That's the truth. So
because they don't need no help. They got it already. They got it as soon as they was popped out the coochie.
Well, here's the thing. Look, if we're gonna go off of meritocracy, that's cool, but we don't go
that's
off
bullshit,
meritocracy.
bro. Like real talk. He's literally saying just because somebody has a lighter skin color, they immediately have more opportunity. Nah, see, I don't fuck with that, bro. I don't think it's a matter of race. It's not a matter of race, bro. I'm not fucking with this light, bro. Real talk. Let me drop the light, bro. I don't think it's a matter of race, bro. The issue at hand that this nigga's discussing is, yes, people who are born with money or with more opportunity, yes, they have opportunity provided to them, but not necessarily because of their skin color. That's just fucked up. That's racism. Like, in reverse. You know what I mean? Like, I know, you know what I'm getting at.
If we're going to go off of meritocracy, that's cool, but we don't go off meritocracy. We go off of, we want to go ahead and fill quotas so that we can have a diverse workplace. And then what ends up happening is you have a bunch of people that aren't qualified for the job or not as good because we want to bring them in to diversify the workplace. I think that's a big problem.
That
I think we need to go
people.
off
That's
meritocracy.
the women thing. That's the women thing. That's not black people. Stay on the black people topic.
Yeah, a lot of black people aren't some bullshit. And they get into schools or they get into positions and they shouldn't be in there, but they end up coming in somehow because they get accepted with lower test scores.
Yeah,
they get accepted because of certain
not a fan of that shit either,
where
bro.
They're like,
bro, not a fan of that shit either, bro. People, I will go back, bro. People getting into courses or, you know what I mean? It's like this. It's like the fucking Navy SEAL shit, bro. But just because of your race, bro. What? You just get entrance because of your race, bro? Or you get lower test scores? What's the word when they scale your shit up, bro? Not a fan of that. Never will be, bro. Never fucking will be, bro. That shit makes me so mad.
Because they get accepted with lower test scores. That
happens in a lot of different places, not just in America, bro. But like, I'm pretty sure that happens in New Zealand as well. Or at least when I was at school. Bro, that shit made me look like it was icky. Like, what the fuck is happening, bro? Like,
certain opportunities.
I don't know the details though, but
the
fact that it was even a thing literally gave me the ick, bro.
Lower test scores. They get accepted because of certain opportunities where they're like, we need to accept this amount of kids into our school to fit this quota. So it waters down the entire environment.
But if they aren't qualified, they will fail.
What was that?
So this is what Myron was saying before this, that like black people will have more opportunity than a white person because they need to fill quotas. I get that, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people are still providing a platform for you to create opportunity, bro. You know what I mean, bro? This is why scholarships exist. There's always opportunity. You just need to know where to look, bro. So your sorry ass needs to take accountability.
It waters down the entire environment.
But if they aren't qualified, they will fail.
What was that?
If they aren't qualified, they will fail the course, no matter if they get in or not.
No, they get in with lower test scores.
Yeah,
my point.
They get in and fail if they aren't qualified.
But the point is they took that position from someone else that wouldn't have failed if they got in. So they get an opportunity that they never deserved in the first place. That proves my point. They get in, they failed. They shouldn't have been there.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, they failed. They just ain't make it.
But they took. You don't understand. For them to get that spot, they displaced someone else that was qualified.
You talking about some small couple people that get in.
Oh, now small couple people.
Because I'm a person that done got there for a reason. You feel me? So whenever you somebody that got there for a reason, it's a difference between somebody that just got there because they black. I got here because I did my job. I did my work. I ain't get here because I'm black. I ain't get here because I'm black. So they like, black people let the black nigga in.
All right, so then if you got here,
I got a 4.2 GPA.
If you got here based off your meritocracy, then you should be mad that they're allowing black people in that don't have the same.
That's what I'm saying.
You look bad.
I'm mad that you saying black people in general ain't got it like that. Like we the ones that's crooks, so we can't just come here and do it off our own muscle. We can.
Okay, so
certain people don't ever get that opportunity.
Look. This is that victim mindset.
He just victimized him fucking self. He just victimized himself and is now weaponizing that Oh, he's getting emotional, bro. Like, nigga, detach, bro. Detach. Don't get emotional,
Again,
bro.
black people.
He's trying to say, "Oh, I made it. I made it. And these niggas didn't." Know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here, bro. Get your weak ass sorry story out of here, bro.
Like we the ones that's crooks, so we can't just come here and do it off our own.
No
muscle.
one cares, bro.
Okay, so
certain people don't ever get that opportunity.
Look. This is that victim mindset again that black people tend to have.
Yeah.
If you grow up in a bad environment, right? You can't blame everybody else for growing up in a bad environment. You can overcome and make something of yourself. But it's no one's obligation to feel sorry for you or make concessions for you to be able to get in or for them to lower their standards because you grew up in a bad neighborhood or you grew up poor. I grew up poor. I was able to figure it out, right? I grew up with brown skin. I grew up Muslim. I grew up with all the stereotypes against me, but I was able to figure it out and I didn't let that stop me. So the problem is that people will sit there and say, "Oh, I'm from the hood, blah, blah, blah." It's like that. You're limiting yourself.
Literally.
Yeah, but they could be from the hood, and then their uncle is the goddamn big homie. They uncle OG. The OG. He gonna jump them in as soon as they turn 12. As soon as he hop off the porch, he born into this, bro. He gets stuck there. As soon as he hopped off the porch, he gone.
Who chooses if he jumps off the porch?
Yeah, but he ain't got nowhere to go after that. Once he do, at 12 years old, hey, he already in the streets. He's stuck there forever. Now.
Okay, so let me ask you this then.
His ass, kill him if he try to leave.
Is that really the case though, bro? Because from what I heard, bro, that if you are in the streets and shit, normally big dog, unk, or whatever the fuck this nigga's talking about, bro, he won't just put him in, bro. From what I heard, he won't just put him in. In fact, if he's unable to do his job, he will therefore replace him and say, "Nah, don't worry about it, bro. We'll take care of you. You stay in school or whatever the fuck you gotta do, bro. Just don't do this shit." You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. That motherfucker will be running a show, but he would still be like, "Nah, we don't want this." Like, Uncle would have a slight brain, bro, and say, "Yo, this little nigga needs to be put into school or something like that." If he sees any sort of progress, I don't know though.
Right? Do you think black people have agency?
What?
Do black people have agency?
Oh, I don't know what that is, twin.
Bruh.
You gotta let me know. Okay. You gotta let me know what that is.
He said he don't know what that is.
He don't know what it is.
You got the 4.0, bro. Like, come on, man.
4.2.
Yeah,
4.2.
Bruh, this is why college is a scam, bro. Holy. College is a scam.
Yeah, yo, like
college is a scam, bro.
But real talk though, bro. It is.
So, look, we can't sit here and say, "Oh, they're gonna hop off the porch on
for
like,
niggas, bro."
"Oh my God,
but for women though, real talk, I'm all about that, bro.
And then on the other hand, be like, "Oh yeah, they don't have any agency." It's like, dude, you gotta take accountability. It's either you're for them,
these niggas who think that they can leverage.
Hop off the porch on one side and be like, "Oh my God, we gotta make all these concessions for them." And then on the other hand, be like, "Oh yeah, they don't have any agency." It's like, dude, you got to take accountability. It's either you're an adult and you make your own decisions. You got to live with those.
So just for you niggas that didn't know, bro, because I had to confirm myself, bro. Having agency means possessing the capacity and will to make independent choices, act on your own will, and influence your own life and surroundings. So it's what we were saying. Like, you gotta, like, niggas is not slaves, bro. It's pretty much what we're saying. Like, you ain't no slave no more. You have agency over your own life. From what I believe is what this is saying. I've just never used that word low key. So having agency is the opposite of learned helplessness or apathy. I mean, individuals who have no control of it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why the fuck did he walk away?
Or not? We treat you like a second-class citizen. All right, last time I checked, I think MLK fought for equal rights, equal civil liberties, which means you got to deal with the responsibility that comes with that authority.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
All right, so I believe you quoted the statistic. You said 13% of the population commits 50% of the violent crime, right?
Green Bay Packers?
30% of the population is black.
Right,
Okay.
so based off that
What did
percent of
this nigga
violent
say?
crime, right? All right, so I believe you quoted the statistic. You said 13% of the population commits 50% of the violent crime, right?
Well, 30% of the population is black.
Right, so based off that, what conclusion would you come to based off that?
Well, you mean, sorry, what's
the conclusion that you come to based off that statistic?
A minority of the people are committing a majority of the violent crime.
Because why?
There's a multitude of different reasons.
Well, what do you believe the reason to be? Do you think it's
broken homes, the lack of the father figure in the household, bad culture,
bad infrastructure, just
elevating
no values,
drug and hip hop / gang violence, and over going to school and being educated. A multitude of different reasons. It's very complex.
And because of that, you would say
survivor mindset, scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset probably being the main one, bro. You know what I'm saying?
a multitude of different reasons. It's very complex.
And because of that, you would say that, in general, you generalize that black people
Can you
are
speak
crooks.
up, bro? Guys, we got to turn up the mic for these guys because I can barely hear them.
We
Let's
can
turn
hear
up their
them,
mic. So sorry,
But I
I'm
understand
struggling to
they
hear
got
what you guys are
speakers and
saying. So
shit.
just speak up, please.
Based off that, you said that black people are crooks, right?
Yes, they tend to be. Yes, not all, but they tend to be.
So if we follow that same logic, do you know how many mass shootings there have been in the past, like, couple of 10 years?
How many mass shootings?
Yes.
Yeah, how many mass shootings?
It's about 3,000 or 4,000 since, like, 2018, right?
Okay.
How many of those shootings have been perpetrated by trans people?
I know this year, or over the past 2 years, we've had 2 or 3.
It's
Nashville,
4.
this one.
It's 4 since 2018, right?
Is he
It's
getting
4?
on the
Okay.
on the?
That's
the
4 too many.
Right. That would come out to about 0.1% of the population, right?
Sure.
Do you know how many people in America are trans?
I know exactly
How
what
many?
he's getting at,
About
bro.
1 or 2%.
Yeah,
You're
it's a very
not
small
doing
percentage,
this,
yeah.
bro. There's no way.
So,
I've talked about this before, where I've said that like people on the right wing tend to over inflate the trans problem, but I still do think it's a problem, and I do think that they shouldn't have guns, and I don't think they should have the ability to adopt children either. They're a minority for sure. I see what you're saying. You're like, look, they're a minority. Why do we care? Well, they just killed 2 kids yesterday, so that's a problem. And quite frankly, I think if we can go ahead and handle this problem right now while it's still a topic, they shouldn't have guns.
So based off the logic, though, you know who commits 97% of the mass shootings in America?
Who?
Straight men.
What's that?
Straight men.
Sure.
So based off that logic, would you say that straight men are more likely to commit a mass shooting than a trans person?
Well, straight men are also the majority of the cops, the majority of the firefighters, the majority of the guys that protect this country, the majority of guys that are in our armed forces.
97% though.
Yeah, but that's true. But the reality is that they're not mentally ill. Like if you're trans, definition, you're mentally ill. Something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Versus being a straight man, that's natural. Not the same whatsoever. Not an equal comparison whatsoever.
My point is, though, you're trying to say that trans people are more dangerous and they shouldn't have guns whenever they, per capita, commit less mass shootings.
Bro,
than
there's
straight men,
less.
which is a per capita stat that you brought to earlier, saying that's why black people are crooks.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
By the fact that
Like,
you
this is such a
kind of
weak
kept out
ass
from certain
like
privileges, such as
But the niggas bring up the dumbest fucking points, bro. Like, bro, that guy Chimp. Wait, what?
There you go, bam. Who's up next? Who's up next?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
asylums and don't let them have guns. There you go, bam.
Like,
Who's up next?
bro, that one's plain and simple.
Who's up
Like,
next?
We're not trying
Thank
to.
you.
All right. So,
Hold on, bro.
Mr. Myron, I would like to say that I do not represent the DOD in any way, shape, or form, but I got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
So earlier you had said that women shouldn't serve in the military, law enforcement, and whatever else bullshit you said.
They should not be.
Okay, no, let me talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you're gonna go, because here's the thing, you're gonna make your entire argument mischaracterizing a position, right?
Whoa, my fault. Bitch shit win.
Questions for you.
Sure.
So earlier
But that's
you
side
had
quest,
said
bro. That's
that
like
women
another
shouldn't
video,
serve
bro.
in the military, law enforcement, do not represent the
What is
DOD
this nigga
in
talking
any
about, man?
way, shape, or form. But I got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
So earlier you had said,
Is he all good? Like, before I make fun of this nigga, bro, I need to know if he's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying?
women shouldn't.
I'm not disrespectful, bro.
Thank you.
I'm not disrespectful,
All right. So, Mr. Myron, I would like to say that I do not represent the DOD in any way, shape, or form.
Shway.
But I got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
So earlier you had said that women shouldn't serve in the military, law enforcement, and whatever else bullshit you said.
They should not be.
Okay, no, let me talk.
Well, if you're gonna go, because here's the thing, you're gonna make your entire argument mischaracterizing a position, right?
Facts. When, bro, I do this as well, bro. When niggas misquote me, bro, it's like, stop right there, brody. Let's fix what the fuck you just said before we can continue, bro. Unfortunately, the information that you have is not correct, bro. And I don't want us to be on the wrong premise. That's how misinformation gets spread, bro. Retard. So let's continue.
Go.
Oh,
You also said that blacks are crooks. Then you also rebutted and also said that there's a majority of different reasons why. So one main factor you said is because the father wasn't in the household. Okay, I grew up with a single mother and my dad wasn't in the household, but that's also because what happened, the political parties and the government took the black father out of the household in the 1980s based off crack cocaine. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No. So do you want to do the military thing first, or do you want to go into, because these are two completely different topics?
You can talk now. Go ahead.
Okay. So my position when it comes to the military and it comes to law enforcement, I don't think women should be in positions where in military combat or with being a police officer, like in patrol, where they're going to be likely to be hands-on. If they want to be in a support position, I can maybe have a discussion there. But if they're going to be in a position where they're going to get hands-on with someone, I think that's problematic and creates issues for everyone involved in that shift, in that encounter. And then with the military, same thing. I don't think they should be in combat positions because, unfortunately, women are inferior to men physically, and that creates problems. You're only as strong as your weakest point.
Why does it matter when the person next to you is going to be saving your life? If you were in battle and there was a woman, would you refuse the treatment from the woman?
It's not that I refuse the treatment. I prefer it be a man.
Why would you prefer it be a man?
Because let's say I get shot, I'm 200 pounds. Is she going to be able to drag me to safety the same level? No.
There will be women that can.
Bro, she probably can, but we're just saying, like, we're generalizing, bro. Like, based off odds, bro. Get the nigga in here.
There's women in the U.S. military right now, and I know for a fact that will be able to drag you. There's women in the U.S. military right now that score above men on HCFT right now.
Yeah. The minority.
There's women on campus right now that score above men on the HCFT right now.
Look, bro. Look.
Do you want names?
I get it.
Do you want names?
I get it. Like,
you're saying put transgenders in asylums, but transgenders serve in the U.S. military right now, and they're just
that's a problem too. They're mentally ill.
If not better,
they're mentally ill.
You as a piece of shit right now.
Look at this guy. Look, I get it, bro. You're trying to get laid. Some of these girls you think are gonna fuck you after this, but the reality is, like, simping for the girls and look, man, you can take the cape off, bro. Like, if I know you want to get some of these girls to fuck you after, but they're probably not. So
like,
this is the reality. Okay,
this is about basic human respect. Get through your mind.
No. I thought there was something wrong with him, so I was not gonna make fun of him. But this is wild, bro. He's just on blast, bro, being disrespectful, bro.
Here's the reality, bro. Look, you gotta, calm down and make arguments off of facts and not feelings. The reality is women are physically
all these niggas is in their feelings, bro.
Less lung capacity, less muscle density, less strength. Bone density is not the same. Women are just inferior to men in every way. I don't think that it's appropriate for women to be in combat zones where if I get shot and I need to get dragged, she will not be able to drag me. Now we're going to have her and maybe another person to come drag me and put two people on a job that could have just been one. Medic, bro. That's a problem, and this is just the reality. Now, ask anyone that works in law enforcement or in military, and they'll admit if they're not going to
my room actually smells like shit,
or whatever, they'll admit to you. I prefer to have a guy in backup. I came from law enforcement myself. That's a problem, and this is just the reality. Now, ask anyone that works in law enforcement or in military, and they'll admit if they're not going to get recorded or whatever, they'll admit to you, I prefer to have a guy in backup. I came from law enforcement myself. Whenever we had women going into the house or whatever, they'd blunder, they'd make mistakes, they're not as refined as men, they don't have the same finesse, etc. So I would always put them on the perimeter. I'm just telling you what it is, bro. Anyone from the professional experience will tell you this. It creates a liability for everyone else involved. So why do we got to go ahead and weaken the entire unit because we want to make women feel better or trans feel better? These people are mentally ill. They shouldn't have a gun anyway in the first place. And
it's the truth.
We shouldn't have women in these positions either. Have strong, able-bodied men. And let's be honest here too. If any of you guys called 911, right, and you're literally on the verge of dying, or you're trying to get pulled out of a fucking house that's on fire, and you see two women show up, you're gonna be pissed, okay? You want two fucking guys to show up that are going to the gym that could fucking carry your ass out there. I know that for a fact. If you see two women show up, fucking Shaniqua and LaQuina, that don't go to the gym and shit, stomach hanging out, oh, we gonna save you. We gonna save you. Come here, baby. And then they can't even drag your ass out the house because black women don't go to the gym. Then what? Cook. You're dead. You're fucking dead. And I'm saying what everyone here is thinking. That's why people are laughing, because it's the truth. No one wants two women to show up at the worst time of their life. When you call 911 and your life is on the line, you want two people to come in and literally get you out of the worst moment of your life. Bro, if I see LaQuina and Shaquina show up, I'm done. Just kill me. It's over.
So you feel that women aren't as equal as people as men?
Put me down.
They're not. Women are physically inferior to men in every way.
So if you were to race a woman right now, any woman that I choose, you would beat them in every physical test I gave you.
What was that?
If you were to take a physical test against a woman right now, you would beat them.
Bro, I'm talking in generalities here.
Yeah.
In general, men are better than women at almost everything.
Specifying,
okay?
Like what?
Physically.
But
now he making it about him. Like,
if
what?
You're saying put transgenders in asylums, like why? Like why can't you just love everybody?
Look, man, like I said, I think they create a lot of problems. I don't think they contribute to society the same way. Like the other guy was trying to make the argument of like, well, you want to go ahead and take guns from trannies, but straight men commit a lot of the crimes. Yeah, but straight men also built up the society, so they're going to get way more tolerance than trans that don't contribute to society. That's a ridiculous argument.
Because that's a whole different stat line, and I'm not talking about that. But you're basically
you brought them up.
You're basically putting transgenders in asylums based off your personal belief, your personal bias to put transgenders in asylums.
Yeah. Put them in asylums. Don't let them have kids, and don't let them have guns. Yep.
But why? Why can't they have kids? Why can't they enjoy the same?
I don't think
military fights for. We fight for freedom.
Okay.
What if somebody took all your freedoms away?
Kids grow up the best in a nuclear family with a father and a mother.
How
not
do
two
they have
dads,
kids?
not two women, and definitely not two people that don't know what their gender is.
Well, all it took was one mom for me, and I'm still here.
If you want to go ahead and be trans or gay or whatever, that's fine. But I don't think that that's fair that the child should be suffering.
That's also my standpoint.
Of your sexual degeneracy, because they will suffer.
Make your own choice.
And we got a long line of people behind you.
You got liberty to do whatever you want. Make your choice, bro. I'm not gonna stop you. But as soon as it becomes an issue within society and the functionality of society, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's fair, bro. On sit child. Anyway, I'm out this baseball. You sound niche.
Thank you.
I'm trying to get a real beat, bro. You know what you mean?